Hi everyone, Namaste. You're watching EduFutureStars, my YouTube channel. Here I am your educator. If you are new to my YouTube channel, then do subscribe. Today's session, I am going to teach Mathematics 7th Standard First Unit, which is multiplication and division of an integers. So without wasting a time, let's get started. Today's session, we are going to discuss about multiplication and division of an integer. So let's see the contents of it. So in today's session, I am going to teach the operators. So what are the operators are there? So which we already learned. And integers. So what are the integers and how it will be. So everything I'll explain on that. And Bodmas rule. So Bodmas rule is very important for the multiplication or whatever the operations you will do. So Bodmas rule is very important. Next is sign operation. Sign operation also I'll explain. Next content is properties of the multiplication. That is the major part in this chapter. So on this topic, so we have many problems. Here are the contents. In this today's video, we are going to discuss about all these things. So one is operator, integer, Bodmas rule, sign operator, properties of multiplication and also exercises. So these are today's agenda. So let's get started with the operators. So basically we already know about the operators. Majorly we have addition, subtraction and multiplication and the division. So these four are major operators. Okay. Next is about integers. So if we already learn about natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, rational numbers. So all these things we have already learned. Now I am going to teach a basics of whole numbers, natural numbers, integers, rational numbers, what are those things? So I'm going to show you now. Okay, first of all, we have natural numbers. Okay, so what are the natural numbers? So we have a natural numbers. Natural numbers are starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these 9 numbers are called natural numbers. Okay. I'm just giving a brief of natural number, whole number, integers and rational numbers format because you already learned in a previous classes. Secondly, we have whole numbers. So the whole numbers always starts with a 0. 0 to 9 we call whole numbers, including 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these 10 numbers are called whole numbers. Thirdly, what we have next? Rational numbers. Let's learn about the rational numbers. Rational numbers. Rational numbers are in the form of numerator and denominator. Like this. Numerator and the denominator. Okay. This is the format of rational numbers. I'll give some examples for this. 2 by 3, 4 by 6, minus 7 by 8, whatever, etc. etc. Okay. So basically natural numbers are positive numbers. Whole numbers are also positive numbers. Rational numbers, it is in the format of numerator and the denominator. It can contain a positive values and as well as negative values. Okay, this is about the basics of natural numbers, whole numbers and the rational numbers. Okay, now we learned 3 basics. Okay, one is a natural number, another one we learned whole numbers, another one rational numbers. So now another one which is very important to our today's topic, which is integers. So let's see what are the integers and how will be that. So the next is integer. integers. So here integers are the numbers in the format of positive and the negative. Okay, all negative and the positive numbers are called integers. For example, -8, -13, +3, +8, etc. Okay, so integers basically it is a positive and a negative numbers. Now you all are cleared about the integers. That's finished. So we finished operator, integers. Now let's learn about the Bodmas. What is meant by Bodmas? Maybe previous class you have heard that. So let me elaborate that Bodmas. So B indicates brackets, D indicates division, M indicates multiplication, A indicates addition, S indicates subtraction. So this is called Bodmas rule. Basically, this rule tells us how to solve an equation or how to solve a large number of different operations. I'll give some examples for this. If we have 5 minus 3 into 4. See, for example, if we have 5 minus 3 into 4. In this case, how can we solve this kind of sum? Because here we have more than 2 numbers and more than 1 operator. Okay, and according to this Bodmas rule, we can give a priority. Okay, Bodmas indicates the priority basically. Okay, so here multiplication, in the sense here it is in the third priority. So we have to give a priority to the multiplication symbol first. So we have to solve these two, 3 into 4. Then we have to subtract by 5. So that is what actual question. Okay, see here 4 into 3 is what? 12. So 5 minus 12. Firstly, I solved 3 and 4, which is 12. I am going to subtract by 5. Now the value is what? Here we are getting minus 7. Okay, I'll tell you how we get this minus value there. Okay, I'll tell in the sign operation. You will get to know. Okay, I'll give one more examples for this Bodmas rule. Here we have 2 division 2 into 5 minus 2. Okay, in this case what we can do? You already learned that. So yes, what you are saying, that's right. Here 2 division and 2. Division is in the second priority, so that we have to do division first. 2 division 2, which is 1. Into 5 we have and minus 2 we have. Now what is the next priority? Minus or multiplication? So multiplication is the next priority. So let's solve these two first. 5 minus 2. Okay, 5 minus 2, which is 3. Okay, hope you understood this Bodmas rule. Okay, let's move on to the sign operations. Okay friends, now let's start with the sign operations. Okay, I'll give you one formula that is very important and it is like a hint kind. You can also memorize it. It is easy to understand and also easy to remember. So the formula is positive multiplied with the positive sign, which gives positive itself. The value will be positive. Next, positive is multiplied with a negative sign. So in the output, we will get negative value. Negative into positive, we will get negative again. Negative multiplied with a negative, we will get positive output. Okay, these 4 are the very important formula and which is very useful to solve other problems. Okay, and in between negative multiplication, I'll erase it. Okay, in between I'll put positive sign. Okay, let's see positive operations, how it will happen. Okay, so in between I'm keeping positive sign. Positive sign. Okay, Here this will also change in this case. And to understand this better way, I'll give some examples also. Okay, instead of taking this positive and simply the negative sign, I'll take some values. Okay, here I'll take some values to better understand it. Okay, here I'm taking positive 5 in a bracket, and here also I'm taking a positive value. Here also I'm taking minus positive 3. Here I am taking positive 3. So positive and positive always give a positive result. Okay. Next question here, positive 5, but here I am considering negative 3. Okay, sign change now. Here we have positive 5 and here we have negative 3. The result will be positive and negative. Here the answer is what? Here the answer is 8. Better I'll write the answer as well. It is positive 8. Correct? Here 5 minus 3 becomes 2, which is positive sign. How we are getting positive sign? Because 5 is the greatest number. Here greatest number sign will comes to the answer, comes in the result. Okay, greatest number sign will come to the result. Next case, here I am taking minus 5 plus 3 I am taking. So now what is the result? I am taking minus 5 plus of plus 3. Here also we have to subtract it. Okay, plus and minus is there, so we have to subtract it. We will get 2 as the answer. But here, can you observe what is the greatest number sign? Which is negative. So let's write negative over here. Okay, so this is negative 2. In this case, here I am taking minus 5 and here I am taking minus 3. Okay, both the numbers has a negative sign. So here negative into negative, we already learned that negative into negative becomes positive. Okay, so we have to add these two numbers and put the greatest number sign. Okay, here A, greatest number sign is what? Negative. I put it. Okay, this is what sign operations. This is similar to subtraction as well as division. Okay, next we have properties of multiplication. So what are the properties we have? So let's see here. So these are the properties of multiplication. So here I wrote 4, still 4 more there. Okay, so one is closure property, commutative property, associative property, distributive property. Closure property is nothing but in the format of A into B. Simply that is a normal multiplication thing. Okay, A and B are also integers. It could be positive or a negative sign. A and B are integers here. It could be positive or a negative value. Okay, so this is just a multiplication. Here I have given one example. 3 into 2 is equal to 6, 5 into 4 is equal to 20. This is a normal multiplication. Next we have commutative property. In this commutative property, A into B and B into A. There are two terms, one is A, another one is B. Those two are integers. And the format is like this, A into B and B into A. When you reverse it, when you reverse A and B, so the answer remains same. When you do 3 into 2 and 2 into 3, it will give a same answer. Okay, when you reverse the integers also, you will get the same result. That is about a commutative property. Okay, next we have associative property. In this associative property, we have 3 terms, A, B, C and D. So these 3 terms are also integers. Okay, here I have given examples 2, 3, 4 and here also 2, 3 and 4. So basically what I did here, 2 into, I closed the bracket, I grouped 3 and 4. In right hand side, I grouped 2 and 3. This is just a grouping of 2, solving by 2 things. Okay, so here I am going to solve second and third terms, and in this third right hand side, I am going to do first and the second one. So here I did 2 as it is, and next 3 into 4 will be 12, 2 into 3 will be 6, 4 as it is. Then in the last step we are going to multiply it again. 12 into 2 becomes 24 and 6 into 4 becomes 24. So here also we are getting the same answers. So this is just a grouping of the last two terms and starting two terms. Okay. So here this is called associative property. Okay. In distributive property, here also we have a 3 terms, but the name itself saying distributive. The items or the integers are distributed. See, the first left hand side will see that A into B plus C. B plus C is in a bracket. Okay, and A is multiplied with that bracket basically here. Now, what we can get in the right hand side? A should multiply with the B as well as C. So, what I wrote here, A is multiplied with B, A into B, plus sign, A multiplied with C. That's what I wrote here. Okay, A into B plus A into C. So let's see the example. 2, 3, 4. Here 3 and 4 are added. Okay, in right hand side, let me keep this A and B values over there. So A is 2, B is 3. Okay, then here A is 2 and C is 4. Okay, now let's multiply 2 as it is, which is in a bracket that we have to solve first. Okay, in a Bodmas rule we already learned that. Bodmas, B stands for brackets. So we have to give a priority, that too high priority to the brackets. Which are numbers are in a bracket that we have to solve first. Okay, so here 3 and 4 are in a bracket. I solve that. So here the answer is 7. 7 is multiplied with the 2. We got 14 as the answer. Let's see this one. Here also 2 and 3 are in a bracket. When we solve that, we will get 6 as the answer. And here 2 into 4, when we multiply it, we will get 8 as the result. And total 6 plus 8, we will get 14 as the final result. This is what we expected here. LHS should be equal to the RHS. So equation should be equal. Both the sides, left hand side and the right hand side should be equal. Here also in associative property, it should be equal. And in this commutative property, left hand side and the right hand side should be equal. But in a closure property, it's just a direct multiplication. Okay, here no need of LHS and RHS like that. Okay, understood? Few more are there. Few more properties are there in a multiplication thing. So let's see that. Okay, now let's continue with other 3 types in properties of multiplication. So those are identity property, zero property and multiplied by -1. So this is also another property. Okay, so in identity property, what we have, identity indicates when you multiply with 1, whatever the numbers you multiplied with 1, so the result will be itself. See here, A into 1 is equal to 1 into A. It will always be A. So let's see example. 3 into 1 is equal to 1 into 3 will always be 3 only. So the number itself we will get in. Okay. Here I am taking a negative value, that is -7 multiplied with 1, and here also 1 is multiplied with a -7. So we are getting -7 as the result. So that's what identity property tells. Okay. Next we have zero property. Zero property same as identity property. Here we are taking 1 as the identity. Here we are taking 0. When 0 is multiplied with any number, that gives the result as 0. Okay. So let's see here. A is multiplied with the 0 and 0 is multiplied with A, which gives 0 as the result. In the example, 3 is multiplied with the 0 and 0 is multiplied with the 3, getting 0 as the output. Here minus value, negative integer is multiplied with a 0 and 0 is multiplied with a negative integer. So here also we are getting 0 as the answer. Okay. So this is about zero property, and identity property looks similar. But in identity property we have 1 and zero property we have 0. Okay. Next we have multiplied by -1. So here we are taking a and the minus 1 value. Any integer is multiplied with a minus 1. If the integer is positive value, then we will get negative result. Because we are multiplying with a negative value, that's why. Okay, we are getting a negative result. See here in the example, here I am taking positive 11. So which is a positive integer is multiplied with a negative integer. So we are getting minus 11 as the answer. If I take negative integer, here negative 13 is multiplied with a negative 1. What we are getting? We are getting positive 13. How? Minus into minus. We already know that because I taught you. Negative into negative becomes positive. Okay. So here positive value will come and we are going to multiply it. That's it. Okay. These are about the properties of multiplication. These are the main properties. Okay. This is very important for your examination purpose or also to understand the integers, applications and multiplications of the integers. Okay, these are the few main properties. Okay, and very important and very simple to learn.